they are in is something disgusting. Vitality don't really have any strong stats. They don't really have like a... I mean, they tried to make Dust 2 their home map, but at 55%, they don't really have strong stats anywhere. They don't have a 60% on any map. So I think at the moment, nothing looks fantastic for them, but this might look good if they can continue this start. RPK charging down in mid position, but look at the trades. 3 versus 2, it is a pistol, so won't focus on the numbers too much. You can see there's presence on Banana still for Vitality, so it's not really clear as to where Navi want to go. Once again, we've got Simple fishing with the P250. He and Guardian on road now as they move towards the B bomb site. Into a crossfire with some elevation from Apex. He starts things off, or tries to, but he will fall, leaving Shox alone on B.
Shox looking to see if he can find the correct angle. Doesn't get given the opportunity, though. He is currently the man with the kit in his hand, so they can take some time on this retake. ZywOo looking to fight at long range, but both Simple and Guardian have weapons capable of landing that insta-headshot at long range, the USP and the P250 respectively. And the time is now ticking. Half gone on the bomb, 18 seconds left. Even with the kit, they've got to speed this up. Guardian trying to take this engagement, but he knows that he can just buy time. Simple waiting in the back lines, but ZywOo gets them both just in time for Shox to pick up the defuse. And Vitality's patience pays off.
Man like ZywOo in the clutch, he's a problem. That was a great turnaround for Vitality. An important start. A very important start to begin with. We can see the odds now.
There we go.
Post-pistol, 1.3 for Navi. So looking more reasonable for Vitality. Still an underdog, as I think they should be, based on what we have seen so far. But it's a good start for Vitality, winning the pistol. We've seen that these rounds aren't guaranteed, especially against Navi today. Guardian's got the AK-47, Flamey with the Galil, Simple with the Deagle. We'll often find Simple with the Deagle in these scenarios, but we've gone through that before, and he is very capable with it. But the CZ for Boomich will be what kicks things off.
Yeah, Boomich, another one of the Navi players that likes leading that aggression up Banana. Normally it's either him or Electronic. This time he decides to take the point. I do wonder whether Guardian would be better off dropping that AK to someone else. Generally, he's not too well known for his rifles. He's definitely capable with them, but we'll see. He can definitely have some impact, and with Navi having that man advantage, they decide to slow things down. They do have some nades available, but they are going to have to be efficient with their utility. Just 2 smokes, 1 flashbang, and 1 Molotov left. And they are trying to set up Guardian on the boost. He is blinded, so Apex gets close, but they should have heard those steps.
Oh, Apex is in trouble.
Wow.
Can he fall back before the smoke dissipates, avoiding the spray? That's a huge result. ZywOo still has the smoke grenade. If he can drop that, that would be so strong, because it almost felt like Vitality were the ones on the force buy after the 5 versus 4. But that turns things around dramatically. Shox could do so much with this auto shotgun. Then again, he could end up doing nothing, but he's so close. Still alive for now, moving back into a double pick potentially with RPK. Trying to bait the pre-fire from Simple though. Bouncing off the roof, won't save him from RPK. He'll still get headshot. That's actually a signature of RPK in Source. Don't know what Boomich was up to, but RPK is deleting everybody now, leaving Electronic in a 1 versus 3. Takes RPK out finally. Gets the reload in time, but Apex is creeping with 10 HP in that short position. Ding dong immediately with that MP5. And the round goes the way of Vitality. Very back and forth, but they do prevail.
Yeah, definitely not a easy one for them here against Navi, but they managed to eventually recover the round. Apex getting away earlier in the round, clearly helping at the end when he closes it out, getting good timing on the peak against Electronic. Generally, Electronic can be very good in those clutches as well, so good to be able to catch him in the back.
In the back. Third round AWP for ZywOo. That's what you want to see on any TC side. Start as you mean to go on. Simple now with the Krieg. Navi looking to do more damage. He's got the racing livery Krieg. I'm sure Matt knows which car that's from. I always forget. I'm not a car guy myself.
Very passive setup from Vitality. Not really taking banana control. Barely fighting for top mid, just with players at A long. They could be smoked off fairly easily.
They've got a big bait set up around Arch, or they did. Alex is rotated now, but you can see ZywOo holding the angle with Shox to pop out from the cubby if required. Navi will take a slow approach towards Banana. Obviously, they don't have all the utility in the world in this round. Flamey looking for the 1Ds. I think Zywi was crouching. I think he's going for the standing headshot there, Flamey. So the AWP was seen towards Arch, now makes its way towards B as the second of 2 men towards the B bomb site. There's a simple lineup to smoke Banana. Most people do it standing. Zywi actually hopped onto the bench, which I don't normally see, but anyway. 40 seconds remain, and Navi may use this smoke, which is close to the site, to actually just burst onto the site itself. Flashes are up for both. Apex doing well so far. Zywi is here as well, taking all the numbers out, leaving Boomic standing through the flames, and he will barely have enough HP to get taken out by Zywi. May have been more beneficial at that point to die to the Molotov, but not the biggest kill bonus of the AWP. 3-0 Vitality.
Yeah, I think Navi weren't quite active enough early in the round there because they didn't really bait out the nades from Vitality early. They were just waiting patiently. And so that smoke comes in over at Banana. The Molotov makes life very difficult for Navi. Definitely not what you want to be moving into. We were saying that Vitality were playing really passive on Banana in their earlier game. They were never really trying to take full control. Electronic might be in trouble here, but the nade goes deep, and eventually Apex connects the shots through the smoke that he needed. Early man advantage found for Vitality as the lineup pays off for Apex. And again, Navi have to come back from the early deficit.
In Apex, we trust. Say Vitality. They seem to have a big focus. I mean, maybe the fact that they've got 2 on Arch once again, Vitality, maybe this is based on them gleaning information from the match we saw earlier on Navi where they kept exploiting Heroic in that Arch position. This might be why we're seeing 2 players here repeatedly for Vitality, but it seems that Navi have a different approach, at least in the early game, for Vitality. 50 seconds on the clock. And Zywi comes back to re-pick the Arch position. Normally you'd see a re-pick like this late on in short, as I mentioned in that match of Inferno. Sees Yama Boomic and takes him out. No one top mid, no response from Navi, and that will send Vitality towards B, at least with Alex by the well. Got a flash out if necessary. Still keeping 3 people towards A. 25 seconds on the clock here.
Look at all the nades for Vitality. They have smokes left, but they're not able to use them on this B side of the map. Apex doesn't have one in hand, so the push can come through. Apex with the AK eventually gets one. Quick flick up to the second, and Simple is left 1v5. Never a position that you want to be in. He goes down, and Navi just cannot find their way onto these bomb sites. They keep losing a couple of early picks, and then once they try to push onto the site from the disadvantage, they never really seem to be doing too much.
Great start for Vitality. It's their turn to look strong on the CT side, it seems. Having lost their pick of Dust 2 in devastating fashion, it seems that it won't have a lasting effect on their overall performance, at least early on here on Inferno. I do wonder how the approach will change for Navi. Will they go to what worked for them against Heroic? Will they focus on a specific game plan for Vitality? The money's not amazing, as you can see, so this might be a half buy again. There'll be a maximum loss bonus now, Navi, which means they can buy more in the eco rounds. And again, if they get that bomb plant, well, in this round, they're going to be buying regardless next round, but again, you plant the bomb and lose. 4,200, always useful. But they have enough util to put some work in here. Again, a fast take of the banana position. Molotov's behind the sandbags to force anybody out, but Alex has the spray and a safer passive position. Safer, not safe. Nothing is safe in Counter-Strike.
Yeah, there was a lot of nade damage on both Boomic and Electronic there before they even saw an opponent. They were both down to about 20 health, so it was just the one shot needed to take Boomic out of the round. Navi have been liking to go for some of these quick banana aggressions, and Flamey at least gets one in the flames, but both Alex and Zywu pick up kills with their incendiaries, and Simple again is just sitting back. Seems like they know where he is, and the hunt comes on through. Vitality up to the 5-0 lead. Now Navi will get the full buy out though, and Guardian looks like he saved some money to maybe pick up that AWP.
There we
it
go.
is.
Yeah, picks on the helmets as well. For those of you at home, it's always interesting to note when the CT's top banana reloads in plain sight, there's always support there to use it as a bait in case somebody tries to push through the smoke to punish their reload. Someone is always standing there with a rifle full of bullets, ready to go. Two men start off on banana for Vitality or towards the B-bomb site, then they quickly fall back into a more passive position. Now, mid-round, you will see some CT sides use retake util, a Molotov towards the half wall, a smoke grenade as well, which can cause panic for the Ts and make them fall back. So that's something to look out for as these rounds progress. But for the time being, Vitality will be super passive on both sides, in fact. You can see Shox playing inside the A-bomb site with ZywOo in front of the library. Navi will see that nobody is on banana now. Will we see some kind of retake? Apex has the util if they wanted to go for that. RPK will be holding an angle beyond the fountain. That's a pretty tough angle to deal with if you don't have flashes. So is the dry peek towards coffins, but Electronic will be confident enough. Sub 1 minute mark now. Navi need to speed things up.
Yeah, again, they haven't baited out these nades. Vitality have got 3 incendiaries, 3 smokes, 4 incendiaries even. I didn't even see that Alex has one, and there's 40 seconds left. Vitality could probably just dump their nades right now and buy themselves enough time to make life really difficult for Navi as they begin to try and set this up.
Yeah, you can hear the fire everywhere. Apex about to deploy a smoke grenade towards the B-bomb site. 22 seconds remain, and they still don't really know what's going on because they can't see top mid. They could be lining up. He misses both of them, ZywOo. Did manage to fire off a shot. Doesn't see the bomb, however, but he will see 2 players on the dev cam. Now, with no information towards banana, they don't know if it's a wrap just yet, but there might be a clue. RPK and Shox activating 7 seconds to plant a bomb. They might not even get to the site. Navi in time. 4 seconds, and surely it's time to fall back now. This round is over. The Ts don't want to die after time, and Vitality will at least collect something towards the end there. Navi went for a play, didn't quite work out for them. 6-0 for Vitality, looking for vengeance in map 2.
Yeah, that's not a great look from Navi in that round, letting the clock run out. They did get a few kills once they begun to push A long. It just came way too late in the round. They didn't feel comfortable getting the bomb down on that A site. So 3 of them hold on to their weaponry. Boomich and Flamey have to go for the CZs, not having that much money. Feels like Navi might need to go for some earlier aggression to bait out some of these nades. This time, Vitality are fighting for banana control early into the round, which isn't something we've seen them do too often, but Navi are over on the other side of the map. Guardian looking to take the fight, spots the player out, but he can't get the kill. The flash comes against him. Boomich at least there for the trade, but Alex gets one back, and Vitality again come out on top.
That is a huge kill for Alex, holding position. This would have been dramatically different if he doesn't get that, but there's still time for Navi to do something. But Vitality are dumping utility, and Apex starts to move around the arch position. Jumping, that's so smart. He jumps past the angle and gets legged instead of taking one in the chest, and that allows him to hold position for now. Smoke up on short, footsteps heard by RPK, who considers redeploying a smoke grenade. I don't know how much information Vitality have towards that B-bomb site, but ZywOo is rotating towards A. I don't know if they picked it or not with all the action happening on the A side of the map in the meantime. 40 seconds as there are still only 3 players remaining for Navi. So we've got to be careful here. Smoke is up on Arch. Again, he's got the footsteps. They don't have enough personnel to really cover everything. Boomich looking for it, though. Great play from him. Alex takes out Flamey in the meantime. Alex now falling into the pit. He has a crossfire with his teammate, and he's just killing time. And Navi players, it's a 3 versus 1. Simple's alone with too many targets. Biggest one is on his back, and it's 7-0 for Vitality.
Yeah, really finding their footing at the start of Inferno. It was talked about on the desk that they weren't expecting ZywOo to have another sort of lacking performance by his standards. You rarely see him struggle in back-to-back maps. He's definitely been a big part of Vitality's early success here. 8 kills in the first 6 or 7 rounds. He has got the AWP out again, and Vitality are making this look easy right now. This is a strange series so far. Both teams dominating on their opponent's map pick.
Yeah, Dust 2 was quite something, but we're seeing nothing of that on the T side of Inferno for Navi. Vitality's turn to come prepared and yield the results. 7-0, but they're still focused on trying to close any potential gaps here. And again, these half buys will have a lot of toys for Navi just purely because it's maximum loss bonus. That hasn't really got them very far, as we can see. Big fat 0 for the T side. Of course, there is still time to make things dramatically different. Blamey holding angles, Boomich giving sound cues away. Vintage setups in the apartments. But is Zywoo fast enough? Does Flamey jump over to the other side? Will there be a double peek? There's a flashbang and RPK's taken out. No trade frag anymore. Shock's now in a very forward position, catching Simple with a grenade in his hand. Thinking Guardian as well. Can they swing though? Boomich will be enough alone.
There we go. Navi get a couple of opening kills in this round with the pistols. This could be their first round win. They pick up the rifles on top of it. Simple and Flamey both getting M4s and AKs into their hands. Looks much better for Navi. And this time they've been able to bait out the nades from Vitality with some earlier aggression. So that won't be as much of an issue for them in the late round. I think you can see Vitality here just taking a risk, realizing they are down so heavily in this round. They've decided to stack that B site slightly, and they're leaving Zywoo's AWP alone on A. I think he might just rotate over at this point. Good shot onto the first man. Zywoo needs to do more, though, and as that smoke comes at his face, I don't think there's much he can do.
Did he? I think he... Oh, no, never mind.
I don't know.
It was took full damage off the balcony. I saw the red there, but it wasn't from the shot. Talk about shots, that's quite one. An exchange of headshots, but do they really want to commit to losing all these rifles and likely giving Navi some extra? Well, I mean, if they keep getting frags now, they've got the time to do this with the kits on 2 of the 3 players, and in they charge. Oh my god, they're going to actually do this. Flamey in the pit now. Someone's got to get on the bomb. The retake's ridiculous. They're just running at Zywoo, giving him the kills, and they've given him the round as well. That should have been a round for Navi. That should have been their first round, but I think they were expecting the save and just got caught off guard running at their opponent. And it's 8-0. Oh boy, that can't be good for the psyche of Navi in this game.
Yeah.
Shocks, you can see on his face how ridiculous the fact is that they won that round.
Yeah, that is absurd.
They were just hanging out on Arch, just hanging out. Let's see if they give us something. They gave them everything.
Yeah, all you need to do is not give any fights there, because Zywoo's got the AWP. If he tries to push in to take the fights, he's going to be in trouble. You can just trade him out, but instead he gets given a couple of opportunities and he certainly makes the most of them, and Zywoo keeps it up in this one. Good shot onto the first man. Alex in with the follow-up. Flamey is able to get one in reply. So it's back to a 3v3, and Shox isn't done there. He tries to emerge through the smoke. That makes it an easy fight for Simple.
This is a really weird situation because the bomb is on T ramp, as we can see there. There are sound cues for Flamey, who's in the crawl space, but that bomb needs to get rescued. Fighting for the B bomb site while they've got to collect the bomb. There's a trade from Zywoo. He still has angles, but does he lure electronics here? I don't think he has any idea. Oh boy. Well, there we go. Finally, the first round on the board for Navi. They can forget about the previous round now. They've finally ticked the box. They're on the scoreboard, and we give them a warm welcome. Plenty of money for Vitality. We'll see if they can get back to winning ways immediately, or if Navi can get some momentum. Again, there's still a lot of rounds to be won here for Navi, so now they've broken the curse. Perhaps they can all walk through the door. Maybe it'll be slammed shut in their face. We'll soon find out.
Alex has picked up that AWP over on the B side of the map, and he's put it to use. Electronic trying to go in first. Doesn't work out for him this time round. I don't think they were expecting the AWP to be there. That's the first time Vitality have put an AWP in that position. It ends up going the way of Alex in that first fight. Electronic has been struggling slightly on Inferno alongside the rest of the team. He's been trying to get those entries going. Hasn't really happened for him. And now that Navi knows someone is there, they will use their nade just to make sure Banana is fully clear.
It's a nice HE grenade from Alex. He's got a new angle to hold, but it seems he will just put a smoke up and change his position. He has help in Apex if required. You can see him holding a molly out, or he was. And Navi are fully focused on the B bomb site here. They're going to charge through. Apex does deploy the Molotov. Boomich will fall. Alex has the angle, resetting the situation. Now he's still alive. And there's another kill with those flames as they desperately try to open this B bomb site, Navi. 2 versus 3. They are low health, but they've both got Kriegs, and that might be something. Simple walking to his doom, however. Now leaves Guardian.
Oh.
The flames spread. So many incendiary kills for Vitality. Navi had to stand in the fire just to have a chance to get a bomb plant, and indeed, the door is slammed shut in their face as Vitality goes straight back to winning ways, surviving with 3 players, taking an AWP and 2 Kriegs into round 11.
Yeah, and that's how Vitality are setting up their CT side right now. They're not using their nades to fight for Banana. They're giving it up in almost every round, maybe just having the AWP there to have a look for an opening pick. And then they hold their nades either to try and disrupt the push that comes in from Navi when they go for the execute, or they just hold their nades for the retake. And it's working really well for Vitality right now. They don't need the Banana control in all these rounds because they can use their nades to slow the push, to try the retake. This time, Vitality did have 3 players stacked on B. Zywoo was trying to go for the switch up with the AWP, but that aggressive smoke has stopped him from being able to see anything. He's hanging round, but there won't be any way for him to get an opening kill. And there goes the deep smoke coming in from Alex. Gap available for Electronic. There might be a Molotov about to land at his feet, but it hasn't gone his direction, so Electronic has got a real chance at a kill here. Alex eventually opens up, but there's the trade from Guardian through the smoke.
That leaves Zywoo alone, and Shox is concerned. He makes his way over to join his teammate, or considers it. Stays inside the arch area around CT spawn for now. Not sure if Boomich gave a sound cue away, but his opponent has. As you can see, he can hear one on the site itself. And Shox will certainly hear that. So there's information for both teams. They know somebody is lurking towards Arch. Vitality, we've got the fadeaway flashbang that will be avoided. Good map control for Navi, though. They've got the denial of information despite the sound cues there from that Molotov. Oh, Shox through the smoke. Made easy for him. And that turns things around for Vitality. And makes things even worse for Navi. Still looking for only their second round. Oh, the flick from Zywoo leaves Electronic alone. Not sure if you're spotted on the radar. Been spotted now. Shox creeping. Zywoo will be enough, though. 10-1, double figures for Vitality. Really a role reversal from the first map. Navi with just a 1 round. No bomb plants for the money. Sucks.
And Zywoo is back to his best with 17 kills. Only 3 deaths. Generally been playing on that A-bomb site, but switches it up this time. Decides to play on B. And again, Navi have a decision to make with their economy. Can't really get the full guns out if they want that head armor. Might have to be the half buy into this round. Well, Boomich has bought the AK, the one man with the extra cash. The rest of the team slowly but surely buying up around him. They're heavily buying up the nades right now on the Navi side.
Tech pause at present. Man, it is a very unusual series so far. Very unusual, but here we are. Okay. Not the best buy in the world from Navi, but they're going to have Boomich on the AK-47. And a bunch of pistols. Simple on Deagle once again. And the forward aggression from Vitality. Boomich may eat one from Zywoo if he's got the angle down mid. Thinking better of it for the time being. Smokes down Banana from the CTs. And this will be a slow round. Navi holding on to maybe all their utility, or almost all of it. Allowing Vitality to start to expend theirs. But they're doing a good job as well. Minute 20, and Vitality have got 4 smoke grenades. So they're not being overzealous with their utility either. So we're falling back now as Navi take top mid.
Yeah, again, Vitality pretty happy to concede this position. Navi holding on to their nades across the board, though. Alex has got the AUG out. We haven't seen too much of the AUG recently, at least throughout the day. He's decided to pick it up this time round, and the flashbangs force him off the angle. He will call for a rotation.
Still holding on to his smoke, though. 40 seconds left, and he's about to drop a smoke on B. That's pretty huge.
The rotate hasn't even come in.
Yeah, it came in from Apex, but he fell back. Is that smoke going to come fast enough? No. He was so far away, so deep. Maybe a little greedy with the smoke grenade there with the time on the clock. This time it doesn't work out. 4 versus 5 retake attempt from Vitality. Maybe they have the money not to care. Apex has construction as well. He's got a pretty deep angle, actually, so that is very favorable. Already with construction, as the bomb gets planted, they will mostly be close. Shock's looking for a flank, which will never come because they're all on the site itself.
Oh, well, ZywOo might have something to say about this round. Already gets a couple of quick fire kills. Guardian waiting in the wings, and Boomich loses out in that battle. Guardian also goes down, and Flamey has to try and line them up. ZywOo is low on health, but he just doesn't have the ammo to deal with all the opponents. It was RPK who ended up stealing away most of the kills in the round, but ZywOo certainly helped with those first 2 shots having landed. I wonder if Navi will now realize that Vitality could have a weak point on that B site with how they've been playing it so passively and sometimes leaving just one man on B. It definitely feels like it could be a slight weakness in their setup with how they're playing, but Navi didn't really get to see that earlier in the game. So I'll be interested to see what Navi think about that B setup and if they try to go back to the B site now that they're on a gun round.
Very few gun rounds left for Navi. Simple, looking beyond the flames. The rattle of the Krieg heard in the hands of Shocks, but nothing terrible has happened just yet. Oh, well, speaking of something terrible, Electronic no longer has a head. Or maybe he does, but with a giant hole in it. And there's a 5 versus 4 for Vitality, a devastating shot with AWP, and Alex will have a look towards the logs. Simple stands close to the tree. And he may be subject to a Molotov. Alex got to be careful, though. Simple has some sharp aim, especially with that Krieg. And top mid, Boomich will be taken out by ZywOo. Not sure if it was through the smoke or not, but he has had some nice lineups through those smokes. So Navi haven't seen much of anything, and they've lost 2 players. Unable to respond. 3 versus 5, 1-11.
I feel like Electronic has been picked in a fair few of these rounds on Banana alone. Flamey lands 1 shot over on the A side of the map, so that might give Vitality something to think about. They decide to stick with the 2-2 split for the time being, and again, Vitality are just so good at holding their nades. Apex still has a full set of utility. Alex has another incendiary, which could be so detrimental when Navi begin this push onto the A site.
Got a lurk smoke out from Flamey. He's got a little lower than maybe he would have liked, though. I'm not really sure from this perspective. RPK creeping around the smokes. He can hear so many sound cues, which will allow him to keep people on this A-bomb site. RPK doing it alone. 3 easy kills with the Krieg, and it's 12-1 for Vitality. They want that 3rd map, and they're doing a great job to get there. ZywOo 24-3. We spoke about the stats in the first game, but have a look at those in the second.
Very well done from RPK. That second shot straight to the head of Guardian basically secures it, basically guarantees that he's done enough, but he decides to put the cherry on top with the 3K. And Navi are not really finding a whole deal of success here. Simple 3 for 11. Electronic, I think, has a similar stat line. The stars haven't really shown up for the Navi side, and the star for Vitality certainly has.
Another ropey run for Navi.
Makes sense, because they are on the ropes right now.
Flamey with the AK-47 and a bunch of pistols behind him with plenty of utility. But how do you get the opening frag? You know there are multiple AWPs. Alex will be taken away from his initial position. And again, Navi will start slow, not trying to get caught off guard by some kind of funky play from Vitality. You still seem confident to keep 1 player towards B. With that opening kill, Apex will start to make his way over. He has a flash by the well if required, but he's moving closer. Going to go for it, isn't he? But will he go fast enough? Will the timing work out for him? The elbow spotted. That's the bomb as well. That's all the information he needs. He's got rifle support from Apex, who gets a kill onto Boomich. The flashbangs are up high and out. Apex comes. Deletions, mass deletions. RMRF on the B bomb site, leaving Simple alone to fall last. 13 for 1 for Vitality.
Yeah, not really much happening for for Navi there. Everything happening for Vitality. Navi not really having the nades. Again, no CT smoke as they try and move on to the site. This has been another one-sided map here. Zywoo picks up the AWP, as does Alex. Navi hoping that they can salvage a second round at the half. Not how they pictured this T side going. Simple with 4 kills to his name right now. Guardian the exact same. They're hoping that they can spot some players on Banana early, and I think they know that Alex has the AWP here, but they might not know the position exactly that he's playing. Molotov's about to be deployed, but Simple is too close by, gets the first kill. Apex trades him out with the incendiary, and Guardian gets dangerously close. I'm surprised Apex is going back for more here.
I'm surprised he's alive at this point. That's a big flashbang for Guardian to eat. 4-on-4, 2 CTs per site as Navi looked to double their score in the last round of the first half. 4 for 13. Well, don't think anyone's got a much better score on this T side. RPK waiting, falling back a little. Patient are Vitality. They will give up top mid. You can see them moving into a potential crossfire situation on the A bomb site. Shocks and RPK on either side of the bomb site there. That won't be easy to deal with, but the smoke grenade will certainly help. There are so many footsteps to be heard, but no rotation just yet from the B players of Vitality. They don't know what the situation is towards Arch. There are some pot flashes. Still some footsteps heard, still no rotation. Vitality starting to wonder now. You see that rotation, but will it come in fast enough? They're still miles away. Navi just waiting out the smoke grenade. We're about to see a big burst. The scope is heard. Starting to spread now. That's a big opening frag, and the bomb site's been taken.
Yeah, great entry work from Boomich, and even though Vitality have minimal chances in this retake, they have to give it a go. It's the last round of the half, so they will throw their hat into the ring and see what they can do. Apex with the SG, Zywoo with the AWP. Just make sure not to peek him this time, because Navi gave him some fights previously in this similar position. Apex now searching, but Navi are doing what they need to do, just sitting back, waiting. Vitality have got to move, and I think they have almost no chance at this point. Great shot from Zywoo, gets the follow-up. Surely there's no way they can win this. 7 seconds left on the bomb. Zywoo hasn't got a hope in hell, but he's still landed some nice shots.
Yeah, who needs to save in the last round to pad the stats when you can get a few more frags at the end? 13-2. No one could have seen this coming, especially after the first map. But it's not closed out just yet. Although if Vitality can win this second pistol, then maybe it just about will be. See what they can do. 1 round at a time. 1 round 13 times for the sports psychologists among us. Don't look at the overall goal, but the near goal, the next round, the next target.
I feel like every time I've seen Guardian on the player cams, he looks like he's exhausted. He's like yawning, rubbing his eyes.
Well, a lot of players are constantly flying around the world. Got to get those lunges and star jumps going. Let the blood flow through the body.
There's a banana.
Banana's always good for potassium as well. Okay, so can Vitality take us to a third map in violent fashion?
I think all in all for Navi on that first half, maybe just too many rounds that were played really slow. I mean, that one at the end obviously worked out when they had 20 seconds left on the clock. But they were very rarely going for fast aggression to kind of offset all those slow rounds. Seemed like Vitality always had a decent idea that it was going to be the slow play. They seem to always have a good read on the situation. But the T side for Navi is behind us now. It's their CT side they have to look at. And we've got 2 CZs out for the pistol on the CT side. Simple and Boomich will be wanting to take some close range battles.
Yeah, it's also about the numbers game. If you think if you're in a position where the T's are going to burst and the CZ can really come in handy, can he get the kills? Flamey will get 2 of the USP. Boomich gets the reload in, finds the 3rd kill. So it's a pretty good start. The bomb's about to get planted by Vitality. They've still got the Glocks out. So there's a range advantage for Navi, but if they're not given those long-range engagements, it won't matter too much. Gets the RPK playing for the close game, waiting for those footsteps to begin. No flashes for the retake. There is a HE for Guardian. It'll go towards New Box, but not do much of anything.
RPK waiting patiently, should hear the steps coming onto the site itself, and RPK about to take these fights. 2 kills in quick succession, and he even gets the third at the end there. RPK just mowing them down. He's had a couple of important multi-kills for Vitality, and at this point, with the pistol round going their way, Vitality have got to be thinking they're going to take us to a third map, and Nuke would be a really interesting one to close out this series.
Yeah, Vitality 57% on Nuke with 14 maps played, and Navi 50 with 10. So it's kind of coin flippy, at least on paper in that respect. The head-to-head says a different story, but the sample size is just 1 of late. So it'll be a very interesting journey should we make it there, and we probably will. Not definitely just yet, but we're pretty damn close. Navi enforced by territory. They have been strong with these today. We've seen that already. But there's no guarantee they will be on this occasion. Alex looking to burst in. Minimal time to respond, but Flamey still managed to find a frag. So close to another one, but ultimately he will fail. 4 versus 3 from Vitality's POV as 3 of the 4 players are on the B bomb site. So he's been taken out now. We've got Shocks on a late flank, which Electronic was looking for, but he started to rotate as well. So that might come into play later.
Simple showing up with the headshot on the dig, but as you pointed out, Shocks is playing this lurk role, and this time he's about to spot some players in the back. Won't quite be a backstab, but it will certainly be the shots as the Galil eventually gets the spray onto the first man. Apex just goes running through, and Simple is only really looking for kills at the end here, maybe some extra money. Shocks won't allow that to happen. Vitality 15-2 in the lead.
That's so perfect from Apex to go through the smoke there, because the guy has to be looking for Shocks' position just around the corner. Trapped between Shocks and Apex. Rather you than me, buddy. Zywoo now, 25 for 6. Everybody on double figures for Vitality. Bimich and Flamey have somehow found 10+ kills apiece, despite only winning 2 rounds. Again, a force buy from Navi. Everybody's got armor in this round for the CTs. Interestingly, they've gone for 4 helmets. And maybe with good reason, because you've got 2 Mac 10s and a Galil on deck for Vitality. So a good decision on this occasion, but will it pay off? We'll have to wait and see. A smoke down banana as Navi will start... Sorry, Vitality will start slow and passive. Navi still with 3 players towards B. Simple now rotating over to A.
Shots through the smoke from Shocks. Not at the right angle. Navi rotating over to this A bomb site. We've seen quite a few teams stack 4 players over to A in some of these rounds, but Bumich has got to be careful because there are shots coming his way, and the jump is not well timed. RPK takes his face off, and Navi aren't even rotating over to the B site. They are just fully gambling on this A play.
Oh, Guardian, that's quite a good frag from him, but will it be enough? Maybe it's too little too late. There's a man advantage for Vitality as they move into the remaining 2 players on the A bomb side. Well, that's quite an answer to a HE grenade. Electronic being smashed. Now Simple 1 versus 2. Maybe he can do this. He has no idea where RPK is. Pulls out a smoke for a second, but he is position unknown. He has that to his advantage. He doesn't know where Simple is either, but he has some ideas. Now Simple could be in the pit, could be in graveyard, could be on the site. Now Simple has all the information as RPK will use the smoke to clear out 1 half, but look at the time on the clock. 7 seconds to plant a bomb. Simple goes up top. RPK has the gun out. He saw him. But they will hold on for now, Navi. The Krieg collected. Only the 3rd round for Navi.
Simple finally showing up with some impact on this map. Gets the 3K in that round to get himself up to 9. The problem for Navi has been that both Electronic and Simple have been near the bottom of the board, have had very little impact. So at least Simple wins that round for his team. Vitality beaten back to a couple of pistols in this one. 2 premium rifles with the AKs picked up for Apex and Shocks, and then the budget Galil in the hands of Alex. Guardian spots them out early, smoke in hand, but he doesn't realize just how close Shocks is. Quick kill coming in for Vitality.
Yeah, it's their turn to make the brazen plays. No respect style. Electronic taken out as well. Vitality charging towards the 3rd map of Nuke. Look at the flank from Alex as well, in case it's required. And in fact, they're still not sure. They're still looking towards the B bomb site as the bomb is planted on A. Flamey doesn't get the sound cues. Alex playing for the definite kill, so he allows him to go a little further. Can give his teammates the warning as well. Boomich coming up in a short position. I think the end is nigh on Inferno for Navi. Boomich on short now, trying to take the opponent by surprise, but they know it all. Stereo frags Vitality to finish things off. 16-3, just as dominant as Navi were in the first half. In the first game, sorry. I mean, what can we say? We just had 2 smashes on their opponent's pick.